Well, welcome. My name is Dave Ulmer, and I'm the Chief Product and Technology Officer with EnergyCAP. And it's a pleasure to be with you today to tell you a little bit about the EnergyCAP Utility Company Platform. That's really our service offering to provide to utility providers so that they can serve their customers better and also meet the regulatory requirements of their states, their regions, and their cities. I've spent the last 10 years with EnergyCAP, and during that time, I've had the pleasure of being able to see how EnergyCAP has simplified processes for many of our customers, including our utility vendors, as they've tried to find ways to make their data more transparent, more easily accessible, and also make sure that they're meeting the expectations of their regulators as well. So let's take some time and dive into the EnergyCAP Utility Company Platform. First, you may be asking, why would a system like this be important? Or why is EnergyCAP investing in this? And why are we supporting customers in this area? And that's because we recognize that legislative and customer expectations and demands on you, the utilities, are really growing year over year. Things aren't getting easier. There's more requests to provide information. There are more requests to integrate with systems that maybe you've never thought of integrating before, like Energy Star Portfolio Manager, or providing data in a platform that allows your customers to do their own data analysis on top of what you have to do on a regular basis. And we understand that these concerns and needs are mounting and growing year over year. They're not diminishing. And because of that, we want to provide you with the ability to use our expert software to simplify processes, to ease that burden, and perhaps even exceed the expectations of your customers and your regulators in your area. So throughout our time together today, we're going to talk about how the EnergyCAP Utility Company Platform delivers value to utilities. We're going to show you some of the elements that we built into the system and talk about how customers today are already using the platform to meet their needs. First off, we'll talk about how EnergyCAP, the company, has a track record with energy and utility reporting and extensive Energy Star experience. Next, we'll talk about the growing pressures on utilities and some specific examples due to benchmarking and reporting mandates. We're going to talk through the EnergyCAP Utility Company Platform and how it helps utilities comply with those mandates while also improving customer engagement. We're going to talk through what it's like to use the EnergyCAP Utility Company Platform as an off-the-shelf software component with ongoing updates and supports and the things that an off-the-shelf software can provide to you and to your teams. We're going to talk through some of the services that are part of the platform and how our utility company platform has been built from the ground up to be a self-service tool that is not an additional burden for you and your teams. And then finally, we're going to use some customer examples to talk about how our customers today have been able to use the EnergyCAP Utility Company Platform to successfully meet their needs, their program goals, and really satisfy their customers. Let's start by talking a little bit about who is EnergyCAP and what experience we have in the utility billing space. Some of you may already know that EnergyCAP has been in the industry for over 40 years, innovating and providing leadership when it comes to tracking utility bills and taking utility bill information and providing real value to our customers, not only around the United States, but also around the world. Our company was founded in the 1980s with the desire to use the data in utility bills to help manage facilities, to help drive energy efficiency, and to drive accurate reporting. And throughout the past 4 decades, we've continued to expand upon that goal, going through multiple iterations of software as technologies have changed. We've continued to adapt, grow our software, and support our customers, some of whom still are customers of ours from the 1980s. But our customer base has continued to grow, and the EnergyCAP Utility Company Platform is just another example of how we're continuing to grow and adapt to meet the needs of customers in the marketplace. We have many years of experience across not only our software, but also across our team members. And that includes being recognized in the industry as true leaders by AEE and by Energy Manager Today and by Inc. 5000 and other industries to demonstrate the capabilities or to affirm the capabilities that we have in this space. Our EnergyCAP platform is used by thousands of customers to track hundreds of thousands of facilities around the world. And just within the last year, we tracked over 12 million utility bills through our platform, and that number continues to grow year over year. So we're not new to this. We've been doing this for a long time, and that's an experience level that we bring to bear to all of our new customers. The EnergyCAP software platform is really an energy and sustainability ERP, where we provide for our customers end-to-end ability to track, understand, analyze, report on their data, all the way from real-time data, energy and sustainability analytics, through portfolio level reporting of utility bills, monthly consumption values and cost, all the way to greenhouse gas reporting data and being a financial grade carbon accounting platform that our customers are using to track and report their greenhouse gas emissions. And that's supported by our expert staff and services throughout our products and throughout our different portions of our platform. I mentioned EnergyCAP's experience over the past 4 decades, and it's important to note that through that experience, we've had a close relationship with the EPA's Energy Star program and with Energy Star Portfolio Manager, which is their tool for tracking building performance, energy and performance of utilities across the United States and North America. In fact, EnergyCAP has been recognized as a 5-time Energy Star Partner of the Year. And that's because we've worked so closely with them, both on providing input to their processes and also reacting to some of their updates, working very closely with their technology teams to make sure that for our customers, we're providing an integration that is seamless to use, that is easy to understand, and continues to get updated as the Energy Star Portfolio Manager program changes and adapts over time. So it's really easy to set up the Energy Star process within the EnergyCAP products. It's easy then to match your buildings from Portfolio Manager to EnergyCAP, and then to have EnergyCAP automatically submit data on your behalf over time, which is an important part of having accurate, transparent data so that both your customers, the building owners, and then also regulators have access to that data as well. This is an area that we take very seriously, and we've invested a lot of time and energy into over the years. So as we think about some of the needs for why you may need a program like EnergyCAP Utility Company Platform, there are several challenges that we recognize that you and your colleagues are facing on a regular basis. Some of those challenges include needing to comply with benchmarking mandates and understanding what that's like when perhaps you are thinking about integrating with systems that you've never integrated with before. How can we help with that? Well, we provide financial grade benchmarking software where we automatically aggregate building data, submit it to Energy Star, and we also provide benchmarking tools within our platform itself. Another challenge that you may be facing is meeting customer demands for visibility of their usage data. They'd like to have more transparency. They'd like to better understand their trends. How can we help with that? Well, our EnergyCAP platform is packed with visualizations and data that satisfy the customers that you're serving, their needs for greater visibility, and their ability to control the way they view and report on their usage and billing information. Another challenge you may be facing is around the area of decarbonization and wanting to be a partner that is seen as a valued business partner when it comes to decarbonization for your customers, and maybe even meeting some of the internal goals that your organization has or that you've committed to with some of the public utility commissions. How can we help with that? Well, you can gain customer trust and participation in your programs through the internal carbon and your internal carbon reduction goals when you use EnergyCAP Utility Company Platform as a customer portal. So as your customers have greater access to their data, EnergyCAP is also able to take that data and provide greenhouse gas equivalents so that they have an understanding of the impact of their facilities, the impact of their usage behaviors, and then they can work with you and others to really make a difference when it comes to decarbonization. And then another challenge is the need to have reliable compliance tools that save you time and money. We're not looking to implement something that's going to add more to your plate. In fact, the EnergyCAP Utility Company Platform has been built from the ground up to be a self-service tool to allow your customers and building owners in your territories to get access to data in a reliable, secure manner that is not taxing to you and your teams. That's why it's so important that EnergyCAP provides off-the-shelf solutions. We have existing solutions that are built and continue to be maintained over time as systems like Energy Star continue to change and adapt, as needs of customers continue to change and adapt. We're continuing to invest in our platform so that we can provide the best service to you. And that's all backed by our team that provides extensive training and professional services, and this wealth of history and experience that we have that we provide to you and then also to your customers and building owners so that they can get the most out of the platform without taxing your teams. When we think about benchmarking, there are some very obvious trends that are happening across the country, and perhaps you've already been seeing these trends in your local area, or maybe you know that they're coming soon, but it's clear that the benchmarking requirements are mounting. The requirements for owners and operators of large facilities to benchmark their energy data and their water data through tools like the Energy Star Portfolio Manager are amassing across the country. And that's because regulators see that as an opportunity to get a handle of the total energy use. They can then start to benchmark and then track changes against those benchmarks, and tools like Energy Star Portfolio Manager allow them to have that visibility. And this isn't just a one-off that we're seeing. In fact, dozens of US states have legislation in the works or already implemented. In fact, more than 20% of states have green building laws already in place. So building owners are thinking about this, and they're thinking about ways that they have to comply, and the regulators are thinking about ways to data so that they know that people are complying. And that's where you sit, right in the middle of being there as a data provider and needing to provide data to multiple places. What you don't want to do is build lots of different custom solutions for each different requester, but instead have a sustainable, supportable product that can be right there in the middle, satisfy the needs of building owners and customers, satisfy the needs of regulators, integrate with external systems with very minimal ongoing maintenance effort from you and your teams. So some of the things that you're being asked for: aggregating meter billing data, so that if there is a building owner who has multiple tenants, they can get that data without having to go through special hoops to be able to receive that data and be able to analyze their building. But when there are only a few tenants in a space, then there's also often a process to manage data requests from tenants so that building owners can get access to data so that they can comply with reporting requirements, so they can understand the efficiency of their facilities. And utilities are often having to bear the burden of both the aggregation processes as well as these tenant data release and request processes as well. We've already talked about the need to integrate with Energy Star Portfolio Manager and to be able to automatically submit data so that it's easily accessible by regulatory agencies. Being able to provide data in not just a timely fashion, but also in a consistent standard format that customers can rely on. That's also an important part of the process, whether they're looking at electric data or natural gas data or water data, that it can be provided in a consistent format that allows them to do sufficient analysis and to be able to use that data to their benefit. Obviously, you have pressures to make sure that you're complying with state, regional, and city benchmarking requirements, but those requirements continue to grow year over year, and we want to be able to grow with you as they continue to change. And then there's also a requirement for building owners who may have many tenants in their facilities to make sure they're getting the right data. How do they ensure that they can match their buildings with the meters that are sitting within your systems and make sure that they actually are accurately reporting on their data? That can be a real challenge. We've got tools built into the EnergyCAP Utility Company Platform to help with that process and do it in an automatic self-service model so that your teams don't have to get involved with those types of requests. So we've mentioned several different ways that the EnergyCAP Utility Company Platform can help meet these requirements. But to really walk through these, first off, this is a commercial off-the-shelf software that was professionally developed. We continue to test it and we continue to maintain it. This is what we do. We are a software company. We don't build one-off solutions. We build solutions that we believe can be used by multiple customers and can be maintained and can continue to grow with their needs over time without continual investment. This is not a new platform. It's already in use by utility vendors across the country. Our team at EnergyCAP, we really do mean that it is a team here to support you and your needs. And that includes our comprehensive support team that's here to answer questions for you. We also have options where we can answer questions for end users or building owners. We have training materials and training resources, both recorded as well as the ability to provide live training as necessary. We also provide ongoing maintenance. That's a part of what you can come to expect from EnergyCAP and our portfolio of products. We've talked some about the knowledge that we bring to the table. We're not new to this. We're not new to understanding the complexities of utility bills, understanding the complexities of billing systems. We lean on that experience as we've continued to develop our software and expand our services. And we've proven ourselves through our integrations with Energy Star and the awards that we've received from them and the accolades we've received from customers as well. We also have a robust hosting operations. So not only can we process data, but we can process data at scale and we can do it reliably and securely. And to demonstrate some of that, here are just some of the practices that we follow from a security and reliability perspective. We have a scalable, secure hosting service that we use, that we've developed. Our databases are using modern, best-in-class hosting practices. We are certified as a SOC 2 Type 2 organization. We have also undergone additional certifications through the federal government and others to make sure that we're providing secure, reliable services to our customers. And as I've already mentioned, these services are already being employed by other utility vendors across the country as they've needed to serve their customers. So we can meet the stringent security requirements that we know you have placed on you, that your customers expect. Again, we're not new to this. We've been doing this. We're certified to demonstrate our capabilities in these areas and to make sure that you have confidence in our capabilities when it comes to securely hosting and maintaining customer data. As our customers sign up for the EnergyCAP Utility Company Platform, we want to make sure that from end to end, from the very first meeting that we have through understanding requirements and expectations, all the way to full commissioning and beyond through our support process, that you're getting the benefit of our unparalleled professional services. So you're really in the hands of experts here. This is what we do. This is our bread and butter. Understanding, processing, and providing utility bill data to our customers. So that track record and that experience we're bringing to bear with each of our customer implementations and our utility customer implementations as well. You can expect us to work on time and on budget. We've had some very strict implementation timelines, some very difficult ones, to ensure that our utility companies that we've been working with meet the regulatory requirements that are being placed on them, sometimes with very tight timeframes. And we've been able to do that through our consistent processes, through our documentation, through our one-to-one interactions that we've had with our customers. And our professional project management team is here to assist throughout that process. So we will have dedicated staff for your team that will help walk you through project kickoff all the way through the process of discovery, implementation, training, and commissioning. As I mentioned, we offer project management services. We walk through the design processes with your technical teams to understand how best to integrate with your data flows and to get information from your systems into our platform. Also, from a networking security perspective, we'll work with your technical teams to make sure that they're satisfied with the way that we're integrating with your systems and meeting your internal security requirements. We have an entire technical team that includes a technical writer who continues to develop help materials and training documentation, including customized help and training documentation where necessary for our utility company platform users. We have professional training services, as I mentioned before, that can train not only your internal staff, but if required, can also conduct webinars and training sessions for end users and also building owners and even regulators if necessary. We also have the option for direct customer support. You will always have the ability to call our customer support team, but we also have an option where, if you would prefer, the end users, building owners, they can even call our customer support team, and we will support them with the same level of quality that you've come to expect as well. What are some of the benefits that end users can expect when they're using the EnergyCAP platform? Well, when we think about commercial customers, we think about commercial building owners. In some cases, they may not even be direct customers of yours because they own the building, but all of the tenants within the building are actually the account holders with you. For those commercial customers, we provide secure access through a robust self-service portal where they have the ability to sign up and model their data appropriately. They can manage their user access. They can invite users. They can terminate access for users. Users have the ability to self-manage password resets, things like that. They have the ability to manage data requests, those tenant data releases that I talked about before. They can manage both making requests and approving requests through the platform. They can set up data aggregation on facilities that have multiple meters that meet the requirements for the state or region or city in terms of data disclosure. They can model those aggregations, and then EnergyCAP will take care of the aggregation process in the background and ensure that data is confidential and private data continues to be private data. Only aggregate data is provided to the building owner. They have the ability to configure Energy Star and model their buildings and make those linkages that we talked about between EnergyCAP and Energy Star. And as we've mentioned, there's a full integration with the Energy Star Portfolio Manager tool. Our goal is to have end users make the matching process within the two systems and then manage everything within EnergyCAP itself, so they don't have to bounce back and forth. They can see the status of their submissions, they can see the status of their buildings, they can ensure that they are compliant without having to bounce back and forth between the two systems. And then you could also use our EnergyCAP Utility Company Platform for any and all of your end users. And that would give not just the large commercial building owners access, but you can actually make access to individual residential customers or individual commercial customers as well, with the ability to enable a self-service sign-up where they can register for the program and use data that they have as private data to verify their authenticity based on rules that we work with you to provide, so that you can ensure that those who are signing up for the program actually are allowed and authorized to have access to the system. We provide dynamic visualizations and analysis tools that allow them to make informed decisions. They can download data in consistent formats and set up reporting options to run reports on demand or have automated reports sent on a regular basis. And there are also additional options to provide detailed billing data down to the individual line items that appear on your bills through the platform. Again, EnergyCAP is modeled as a robust utility bill tracking system. So down to the individual bill line items, we can provide that data based on the configuration that you request. And through this portal, you also have the option to enable customers to track energy efficiency projects, which may help you meet some of your goals and understand what your customers are doing. You or your customers can perform use or cost avoidance calculations to understand the benefit of particular capital investments or other business changes that have allowed them to save. You can provide interval data analysis through our platform, and also, as we've mentioned before, provide detailed financial grade greenhouse gas accounting and tracking within the system. So those are just some of the ways that you can use the EnergyCAP Utility Company Platform to meet your needs and to help you support the requirements that are being placed on you. We wanted to give you a couple of examples of how some existing customers are already taking advantage of our system to meet the needs that they have on them. So here's an example from Washington State where the legislation suddenly required that the utility providers in Washington State needed to provide some of the things I mentioned: aggregation of data, tenant data releases, the ability for building owners to automatically submit data to Energy Star. And although the largest utility in Washington State had an existing homegrown system in place to manage this at one level, based on new laws and requirements, the number of building owners that were going to start accessing the system, that were going to start requesting data, was astronomical compared with the levels that had been in the past. And the internal processes and really manually driven processes that had been developed were not able to accommodate the growth that was expected. So they turned to EnergyCAP, and we worked with them to implement the EnergyCAP Utility Company Platform. And through that, they've been able to automate their processes. The process for customers, first off, to manage user accounts. It's a more secure system than it was historically. The ability to create and model their own buildings within the platform, to manage their connection to Portfolio Manager and model and manage the utility meters that are being provided by the utility provider to Energy Star Portfolio Manager. This allowed them to comply with all of the mandates around submitting data to Energy Star, and it also allowed them to replace multiple internal systems, because not only did it replace that internal system that used to be managed for data releases and tenant requests, but it also was able to replace an additional analysis tool that was being provided to large commercial customers, because through the one centralized EnergyCAP platform, they were able to meet those Energy Star needs, and the platform also provided the analysis tools, the reporting, the use and the cost avoidance calculations that were required in order to sunset both of those tools. So they decreased the amount of internal tools that were being maintained and managed over time, decrease the amount of manual effort, while being able to support a much larger set of external building owners and customers. Another example comes from some of the recent regulations and legislation that affected New Jersey utilities, where new mandates required the ability for utilities in New Jersey to submit data to Energy Star on behalf of their customers and building owners. So what did they need? Well, in order to support this program, especially with the very quick rollout time period that was required, they needed something that was self-service. They needed the ability to let customers and building owners drive the process from end to end without manual intervention from the utilities. This was not a planned expense. It was not a planned set of resources that were dedicated to this. They needed to find a way to make this happen quickly, reliably, but in a very self-service manner. Again, they needed it to be hands-off, something that was out of the box, something that they could rely on and would comply with the legislative needs. They also they have customers who want to have additional visibility into their data, being able to see their data more readily in consistent formats, to be able to see that data on a particular building and see what things like energy use intensity might look like for their facilities. So how did we deliver? What did they get through the implementation of EnergyCAP Utility Company Platform? They got an all-in-one, off-the-shelf solution that it was pre-built, pre-tested, ready to go, and fully supported, and continues to be supported over time. We worked with them to integrate with their data systems, provided the data formats and requirements so that they could reliably provide that data to EnergyCAP, and we could serve it in a reliable fashion to those customers and building owners. They got the seamless integration that was required from the legislature between their utility data and Energy Star Portfolio Manager. And those building owners and customers, they were able to do all the work in between without the utility companies needing to get involved. They also got a suite of other data resources to help their customers manage their energy portfolios. As we've talked about before, our EnergyCAP platform provides multiple ways to see your data, analyze your data, report on your data. That all came with this. It's not simply a stripped down Energy Star submission service. Those customers and building owners get the additional benefits of all of those other resources that have been built into the EnergyCAP platform. So in summary, the EnergyCAP Utility Company Platform really does deliver value to utility companies, and that comes in many different ways. Again, the EnergyCAP company track record, our history in this space has enabled us to be able to work very closely with utility companies to understand their data, to be able to represent their data well. And we have experience with the Energy Star platform that we've been able to leverage and use, and we continue to maintain that integration so that our utility companies don't need to worry about the changes that the EPA is making over time. We understand that you have growing pressure and needs to provide data, and that is only going to continue to grow. And that's where you have our commitment that the EnergyCAP Utility Company Platform will not only help you meet your needs now, but also continue to meet your needs as they continue to grow into the future, including helping you improve customer engagement along the way. As we've mentioned, our software is off the shelf. It's something that has continual support. It's not something that is going to be customized one time and then has continued maintenance fees with lots of additional time and expense needed for all of the individualized customizations for you. We've designed the system to be flexible so that it can be configured for each of our customers without additional expenses to customize the platform and continue to pay over time as your needs grow. The system is built to grow with you. We've built the solution from the ground up to be a self-service tool so that you and your teams can focus on what you do best, and you can let your building owners and your customers have access to their data in a secure and reliable manner that does not require ongoing personnel expenses. And we've already seen and demonstrated to you, hopefully through these examples, just how our customers have been successful at meeting the needs of their customers, meeting the benchmarking requirements of customers and also of regulators, and will continue to support these customers over time through the platform as well. We hope today that we've at least piqued your interest in the EnergyCAP Utility Company Platform, but we'd be happy to provide more information to you, to meet with you, to do a demonstration. We've provided information here. You can use the QR code or use the link that's provided to get even more information about the EnergyCAP Utility Company Platform. Thank you for your time today. We look forward to talking with you soon.